did he say cheers?
Oh, hey, guys.
Oh, is it live?
Yeah, live.
All right.
Double live, two
I'm
live.
going to go share it.
Sharing it.
Well, I got to find it first.
Oh, I need to get my...
Because it's not showing up on Facebook yet. Oh, that's horrible. Reinhard. Come on, Facebook. Quit being silly. I think I'm going to start drinking mud water. There it is.
What is that?
Mud water is like a coffee. Hang on.
It's water and mud?
No, it's like a coffee substitute. So it's kind of like mushrooms powder.
Okay.
And they mix in a little bit of coffee kind of stuff to it, and you just mix it up, but it's less abrasive as coffee. And then it has like lion's mane mushrooms and stuff like that makes you have clearer thought, and then, you know, different things like that. Different mushrooms do different
lion's
things.
hair in it?
Nope. Lion's mane is a mushroom.
Oh. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I did not know that.
You were busy. But yeah, it's all these different mushrooms that are supposed to help you. Not psychedelic, but just, you know. Mushrooms are healthy. They're kind of like manna.
Manna from heaven?
Mm-hmm. Because it grows up overnight.
And then they go away?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much what mushrooms always were. Okay, copying from YouTube.
Oh, it's Chris Jackson.
Oh, he's already commenting in.
The man is nothing but punctual. Nothing if not punctual. That's
there
the
you
way
go.
to say that.
That's the proper way.
Yeah. Proud of you, Chris.
Okay, let's share it to a story. See. Story, boomerang.
What is boomerang again?
It's the little silly video.
I do like
It's
silly.
like a little repeat video, basically.
It goes around and around like a boomerang?
Sometimes.
Oh, that's nice. Let's 1 more minute. This is the biggest water cup. This is the cup they give you for pop and soda. It's like 44. You think that's 44 ounces? That's about 44 ounces.
That's not 44. That's 32.
It's bigger than 32.
It should say it on the cup there. Look at the bottom. Turn it upside down. Sorry.
It's the lion's mane getting to you.
Probably.
Hey, Tabitha's with us too.
Hey, Tabs.
Tabs.
I need to figure out. Let's see.
All right.
Wait, I got one more thing I want to do. I want to add a tag on
play the
this
new
thing.
one, not the old one, because I like the new one better.
That's music.
Are you ready?
No, I want to share a tag.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
10, 9.
Whole story mention.
8. Hold on. Let me do it like a hostage countdown. 1 second. 10,
Oh,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I'm working.
4.
I'm trying.
3.
MacGruber!
1. And I got to get to the other bank real quick.
No, you ruined it. It was so perfect.
All right, everybody shut up. It's time for the game.
That blows my mind. What'd he say?
He gave my address out on Facebook.
Did he dox you? I don't know. Jesus is coming?
If you say another word, you're out of here. And I was like, yeah, well, you're terrible. So
You think you could kill that cat barehanded if it came at you?
No.
Oh, I think yes.
And this is Podbless.
Yo.
Ah!
Hey.
Wait.
Oh.
You messed it up again.
I'm sorry.
The camera.
Yeah, hold on.
Hang on.
hold
Technical
I'm sorry.
difficulties.
I'm sorry. Go back.
Just switch that.
Yeah.
Just switch that around, then we'll.
Okay, hold on.
But
Yeah.
do you have that one?
No, it's the.
We don't
wait a
want that
second.
one camera, right?
My God! Okay,
Uh-oh.
what's happening?
What?
Everybody stay calm.
Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It is my great honor and pleasure to announce to you none other than
What?
the man of the North,
No.
the maker of bacon, Oh, yeah.
No.
the builder of bricks,
No.
none other than Clay Parks. Oh, and by the way, Joey.
You're gonna die.
Is this real life?
Hey!
Oh.
Is this real
Okay.
life? That should have been in there.
Ooh, yeah.
Is this real life?
Oh, hey, Clay.
Hey, what's going on?
How are you doing?
Oh, I was fine. No, I'm doing pretty good.
So you maybe get up and hide.
You were having a good day. Did anybody else have a sudden urge to leave the room for their own personal safety? I don't know.
Coming in with a championship belt.
He's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, magic.
You think?
We should have had some like pixie dust magic.
It's the
Yeah, there you
guy
go.
in the corner.
The-
Yeah,
oh
salt.
yes, Salt Bay.
Salt Bay.
That's old now, right?
It should be. Yeah.
It should be.
Should be
Might
out of
be,
date.
might be.
Turns out that guy rather problematic.
yeah?
As it turned out, it's crazy.
Oh, was
you know?
he?
I think there were some stories that came out about
Oh.
allegedly.
Well,
I'm pretty sure I have to say allegedly.
chefs and cooks.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
He never
Yeah.
said what he was making.
Well, I guess you got
That's
that.
true.
Yeah.
But he salted it.
Here, push your
assaulted it.
softy thing down just a little bit onto it. There you go.
The
You can pull
cover.
it up to you too.
Yeah. Special in-house guest, Clay Parks. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And we have off-mic Jenna over here too.
Always.
It's always good to have an off-mic person. I just like the sound effect of that. Yeah.
Someone
Right.
chewing on what Cheez-Its?
I'm about to open a fruit snacks up. Is that bad?
Oh yes, it's horrible. Go ahead. So how was the drive down, Clay?
It wasn't that bad till I got near Columbus,
Oh,
and then you know,
Man, those
afterward,
Buckeyes. Those
I know.
Buckeye fans are terrible.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But then it got even worse the closer I got to Cincinnati.
mm.
Right. So the traffic, like, it was just like nobody knew what they were doing. It's just like just pick a lane and go.
Yeah.
But,
like-
yeah.
Hey, Mom, I thought your internet was out.
Not anymore.
That's nice. Thought she wasn't going to be our top commenter tonight.
It's always good to have your mom watching.
It is, you
Right.
know.
Great
Unless,
support system.
never mind. It's but
So
yeah,
we're missing Brett tonight.
yeah, we are. But we had someone that filled in his shoes and busted them out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
overfilled those shoes.
Thanks for
Definitely.
stepping up to the plate.
Mm.
Oh,
Don't hurt me.
we'll see how the night goes.
I just have to
Still
get to the
pretty young.
door before you do. That's all I got to do is get from
That's-
here to there.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff in the way to get.
Yeah,
out,
yeah. I'm
so
hoping that's why I
you
put
got a
it there.
chance, Yeah.
And it's strategic. It's just stuff to trip you up.
Oh yeah.
I just have to get out there, maybe push Jenna toward you. The human shield. Sorry, Jenna, but you know, I figured you're cool with that. Yeah. So how you been? None of us were
Oh
here
yeah.
last week.
Hi, I'm Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Joey's been gone for about a month.
No, it was 2
That's typical.
weeks.
2 weeks. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Yeah, I guess you did come on the show that one time.
Yeah. Now I've made like one of the last 5.
We didn't do one last week, so it's like 3 weeks.
That was you're right.
Yeah, so technically,
But I'm here now.
if so facto.
Rosemary says Bucky's is brilliant. Not
Oh,
the
Buckeyes.
Buckeyes,
I
but the
wouldn't know. I've never-
Bucky's.
I haven't been
Oh.
to Bucky's yet.
You need to.
You've not done that yet?
It's
There's one further south from us.
Richmond,
okay.
about an hour and 20 south of here.
So you could make it happen while the wife and kid are asleep. You just like, where are we going?
Or just get off work and be like, hey, I'll be back in about 10 hours.
It's pretty great. Imagine
You might not leave. You might just be like, you know what? I think I'm going to become a Bucky.
That is fair.
a gas station, but that serves fresh brisket.
Dude,
yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like Walmart with 100 gas pumps.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never seen more
But
gas
nicer.
pumps in the same place.
Not,
The
not,
comparison is imagine a gas station that sells fresh brisket. So
I thought
like,
you were going to
is
say
it-
bishops there for a second. I was like,
Sells
whoa.
bishops.
close. I didn't do the mouth warm ups before. No.
Mommy made me mash my M&Ms.
The Human Torch took
No,
out a
'cause-
bank load.
Yeah.
Right, because they always say avoid like gas station burritos, gas station
No,
sushi,
not
and
here.
stuff like that.
This, you can eat the food here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Tabitha says she's the only person that hates Bucky's.
Cleanest bathrooms in the U.S.
They are rather clean, and
It's one
they're
of their award-winning things.
heavily used, so it's pretty
I was so
impressive.
if you eat that much brisket, I'd imagine they'd be heavily used after.
Right? You know?
It is a tourist trap.
They have
I
their
mean,
own beef jerky.
They have their own everything.
Yeah.
It's like
Pretty. I've never been
everything.
there. I'll be honest. I've never been there yet.
I've been to the one in Richmond and the one on the way to Disney. My sister's obsessed with Bucky's. She has Bucky's T-shirts, cups, everything. Yeah, it's bad.
Okay.
They brand everything.
Yeah.
You could spend way too much money in that store.
Bucky the beaver. So that's
Some-
their mascot.
If you go at the right time, he's walking around.
Yeah.
Like,
It's weird how they trained one.
Scares
to
the
do that.
kids.
Right.
Yeah.
that would be so much cooler.
No trees anywhere. And he's just out there like, yeah, it's my gig.
That would be so much cooler
And
than
they're an open carry state, aren't they?
who?
Uh,
Where?
No.
The actual gas station
Yeah.
itself as a state. Yeah.
The international law doesn't apply there.
Oh, well,
It's
Cross
like
in.
Yeah.
Got to show a passport. And it's like, oh, once you cross these borders,
This Bucky's around here.
they got a mode of
I
gasoline.
show up next week wearing a beaver coat.
Yeah.
Yes. You killed Bucky.
Hey, dude. Apparently, beavers have some of the best meat to eat.
No.
People talk about it, say it's really good eating.
I think, how many beavers would you have to fight at one time to lose the fight?
I don't know. They do. If you're out in the water, one.
Oh, yeah. I'm on land.
Yeah.
On land. I'm
They're
thinking
scary.
minimum 3 to 5. Yeah.
I don't know how fast are they. I suppose would be the.
They're pretty quick.
I'd imagine that. Hold on. You guys filibuster
Their
while I
tail is like
research
solid
that.
muscle.
Right.
Yeah,
Now that is going to be a
beat
problem.
you in the face.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If you got two that are coming at you with their tails and then one behind you to bite down like at your ankle or something.
Are they
their
teamwork?
teeth are so sharp.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video where the beaver was cutting down a tree and the tree landed on its head?
No.
It's Nature is
Did
Metal.
it die?
Wow.
Oh yeah, it was still there. The guy found it.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, ugh, look at this. Nature's mean.
So the average weight, 35 to 60 pounds. So that 60 would be a big one.
That's a big
but 35 is, you can punt a 35
Yeah.
pound animal.
Not this one.
Top speed.
I could punt the one.
There you go.
Zach said 12. Zach, do you want to recant that after I tell you that the top speed of a beaver is 34 miles an hour?
What?
You cannot outrun them, so you better throw down.
Okay, I would say my choice of weapon would be a bat, but it's made out of wood, so I feel like
gonna
that's
catch it in his
that'd be a disadvantage, right?
He's like some kind of super villain that anything wood you put at him, he's like,
It just makes him more powerful.
Yeah,
You got to take the aluminum.
sawdust
Oh, yeah.
just
Aluminum
poofs
bat,
everywhere.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, 34 miles an hour. I was not going to guess
That's
that.
quick. Well, it's got 4 legs.
Philip says they get to 100 pounds. And
Now,
for some
he-
reason, I believe him more than
Yeah.
I believe this
He's
Wikipedia.
trapped quite a few, and you try to use a noose to get them out of the trap, and he's like, once they like stuff up their neck, you can't choke them out. You can't.
just
noose 'em.
can't?
Yeah, they're just like. What was that character on the Netflix movie that Adam Sandler did, where Taylor Lautner, his neck was so thick they tried to hang him, and he just started swinging from the noose like, can't get me.
The Ridiculous Six.
Yeah. That's kind of like a beaver.
This can't be right.
I
Other
guess.
other articles are saying that they're much slower.
Whoa.
So
Somebody
I don't know
just
who to
commented
believe
on Twitch. Aw, what's up from Bush 1G? What's going on, Bush 1G?
Yeah.
We're talking about how many beavers could you defeat at the same time.
We
Well,
never
I
get
suppose
anyone.
It depends on how many bush he's got, right?
Ah, true.
That's a good point. It is spelled as the beverage is.
Yeah.
How fast are beavers in land and water? So this says they can only run 4 miles an hour and they can swim 6. If it's that, it's at least 6 to 7 of them. 4 miles an hour, I'm kicking you, stepping back, reassessing the situation. Like I got time.
Yeah,
man.
you got time to like go over and grab a rock.
Yeah.
And then
Grab
Bash
them by
its
the
head in.
tail.
this-
Use one as a weapon
I don't
against
know.
the others.
Do you run away from mice though?
No.
Like if a mouse is coming across the floor, do you like and jump up a little bit to get
So,
away?
I know I don't because I was in New York 2 weeks ago, the city of New York.
That's
and
different. That's
I've only been there a
rats.
few times, and I get mad if I don't see a rat when I go to New York City. Like that is part of
They
my.
talk about it so much.
Yes.
They're like, dang
Yes.
it, if I don't see a rat.
And we were walking back to the car like after everything, and I hadn't seen one. And I was almost about to say, "Man, I'm so sad that I didn't see a rat." We're about to get to the parking garage, and goes a rat right in front of us on the sidewalk. And I looked down and I went, "Yes!" And everybody's like, "What?" I'm like, "A rat! I got to see a rat!" And it's
Did it have a pizza or like a soft
he
pretzel?
did. He was wearing a little robe, looked
Oh,
like
cool.
Splinter.
Like,
you
get
know?
out of my sewer.
No, he was like, I thought he could teach me life wisdom and like train me in the ways of ninja.
That would be cool.
No, he was probably coming back from wrapping up the film.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. It just came out last night.
Yeah.
Oh, it
The
did.
new
There were
Ninja Turtle.
signs everywhere in Times Square. It was like,
Dude, so much nostalgia for me.
did you see it?
No, not yet.
Oh.
The toys though are the same
We-
packaging as the original toys.
The ones we talked about.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
It's like I wanted to buy them all as an adult.
Live show from the theater. You know they love when you bring cameras in there.
Yeah, that's true. As long as I guess we just have to talk in the background and film it live.
Turtleheimer.
Turtleheimer.
We could.
No, it was at when I saw that they were coming out with another movie. It reminded me of when growing up as a kid, we were given the option: do we want to have a birthday party or do we want to take the money and run?
Oh, that's
The-
a great.
So the option was like, the expense that would cost to
Yeah.
run a birthday party, cake and all that.
Cash
Instead
out.
of doing that, we cash out. We go to dinner. I always picked like the Olive Garden or something, and then we would go to the mall in Zanesville, Now this was when the mall was
Yeah.
Malls used to be cool, you guys.
like you had a KB Toys,
Oh,
GameStop
KB
was packed
Toys.
and everything. So
Ah,
I was like, I always took the money and run. So after we eat at the Olive Garden stuff, I had like $120, and then the money that you'd get from grandparents and stuff. And then I would go there, and I went straight to the aisle. Every single Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toy, every single thing.
I'll take one of everything.
Oh yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
The problem was I was grounded, so I couldn't open them for like 3 weeks. But I had them all.
Torture.
That is torture.
My dad tried that with my sister for her wedding.
Mhm.
Hey, I'll just give you the money.
Yeah.
Just didn't she wanted
Yeah.
to?
She's like, nah. You pay
It's a
for
great
the
plan though, Jenna. You should try that one on your dad. Just tell him, hey, instead of the money, like for him to spend all the money on a wedding, just have him give you the money.
Yeah.
Then you go buy a house.
Chris Jackson says KB Toys was the place.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Amen, Chris.
Oh, Brandon
yeah, he
Moore.
might not. You're right.
Oh,
Okay,
there
that's
he
good.
is.
Brandon Moore
Oh,
commenting over here.
Clay.
You missed the whole intro, Brandon. It was
That's
so
all right.
fun.
Go back and watch
Yeah.
it.
We
It
put a
was a good
lot
time.
of work into that.
So yeah. So hey, it's good to be back.
I say we. Clay had to put a lot of work into that.
He did great.
Oh, dang it. I didn't post that.
Oh man,
Yeah, I got
come
it.
on!
I got it. It was on Snapchat. So
Live
people
from
that-
Virginia Beach, eating ice cream from a pineapple.
Why?
Is it pineapple
Yeah.
flavored ice cream? Because it doesn't have to be.
It is
Doesn't
now.
matter.
It is not, that's a good point. It is now. Yeah.
That's fun.
You want to get into this?
Yeah,
thing?
we're 20 minutes in. Let's go ahead and do a seggy.
You got anything?
I mean, I do, but I think we all do.
Go ahead.
Ready to get your ear holes blessed?
Yes.
Take it away, Josh.
I miss Brett.
Right? It's one time. That's it, man. So I kind of went to my old roots. I went to the inner idiot of my soul. It's a podcast, Inner Idiot Podcast. But they do a lot of these segments, and I have enjoyed doing these segments in the past. So I'm going to do them again.
Okay.
So mine's going to be a quickie, but it'll be a fun discussion. I don't know. I'm glad to see Zach Burns back. He's been on
I know.
hiatus.
He did his wedding for $84. He said.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a good. I
Oh,
remember.
courthouse.
No, it was here.
Pay for the.
Because was that around the time when Pastor Scott wrestled you and took that hat off of you and stomped it? I think that was close to that time.
Because
Great
of
memories.
a sports team, or
It was a team that I think it was Notre Dame potentially.
at first I thought like he was like, "How dare you wear a hat in this church?"
No.
Yeah, okay.
No, not like that.
Anyway, all right, get ready, everybody out there in the viewing land. I feel like we're off on our words and things.
Oh,
I don't think so.
there you go.
But
Oh,
now that you said it, people are going to be looking for it.
oh well,
Is it-
no, they won't.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
Cover,
gotta,
cover your mouth with the mic. Nobody will ever know.
I gotta. What do you rather thing,
Brandon.
man?
Okay. I
Would-
see you, B.
Would you rather? So we're gonna go with some would you rather's, and you can comment in if you want
yay.
to during the
Hold on.
live, and hopefully the time delay is not too bad. Oh, you got something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, there we go. So we're gonna start off. Churchy.
Oh, okay.
Would you rather work at a mega church and make $1 million a year,
Okay.
or work at a small country church and make nothing as a volunteer? Pastor jobs. You're going to be the senior pastor of both places.
Okay.
Which one would you rather do?
Can I ask a few more
Go
questions?
for it. Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
let you do that this time.
Are you like when you're working at the larger place? Are you like less?
Lukewarm mega church,
Okay. That's what I need
on
some
fire
details.
tiny church.
Okay. I'm gonna go on fire.
On
I'd rather
fire,
be
not
where
get
God's
paid.
moving with less money
Yeah.
than where He isn't with more money.
Clay?
Sorry, I went first. So
Oh no,
It's
no,
okay,
you're good.
yeah.
I was actually gonna let you go first. Let me see here.
Mega
So-
church with a lukewarm congregation, but you're
Right.
making $1 million a year.
Mm,
So it's a pretty easy gig. Or you're a bivocation, small, 30
Right.
people in your church,
Right.
backwoods church.
let's tag team this. One of us goes to the church for free, and one of
Well,
us
the
goes
other-
to the million church just for a year. You take all that money, come back to this church, and then we'll just build the little one that actually loves Jesus. Well,
I could.
yeah.
So I see I see the benefits of that. The only
Loophole.
problem is, the only problem I have with potentially doing the million, like I would right now, I'm gonna say I would definitely do pick the small church.
Yeah. It's just the
And-
common, like,
Right.
yeah, be a good
Yeah.
person.
Like ideally though, like Joey was saying, like what you could do with $1 million as
Oof.
far as outreach.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
But I've been to some of those mega churches, and there's waterfalls in the sanctuary, and it's like,
well,
7
like-
minutes down the road, you got poverty.
Well, like some
that's always the
mega
best.
churches though is really cool because they have so many people coming that they'll do a dollar club. Like at my cousin's church, they'll do a dollar club. Where like, hey, can everybody just give $1 and we're
Yeah.
going to put it to this specific need, and they'll buy somebody a car because there's just so many people giving $1.
Tabitha and I had the same idea. Run the $1 million church for a year and then take that down to the other church
Right?
and then build it.
It is a
up.
smart way.
Yeah.
Or just stay at the $1 million a year
And just keep
job
funneling
and just keep
money to
funneling
them.
money to the small church.
It's-
That's
yeah.
a
Right.
smarter.
Yeah.
Just funnel it down
you're,
to them.
you're investing in God's
Yeah.
investments. at
I
that
mean,
point.
and really, you could just send like 100,000 and be
Yeah.
like, oh, you're,
Oh, I was thinking like you just take like 50 G's a year just to live off of, and then you just send the rest down to.
Sure, I'd send 100,000 to Clay. We got the old North State commenting in from
Oh,
YouTube.
hey.
What's going on?
What's up?
Great band from down in North Carolina.
All right.
It's a great band name, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Old
They're-
North State.
North Carolina. That's
Well
old.
done.
The old North
Well done. Well done.
State. They're a good band. Southern Rock. Check
Okay.
them out.
I'd be down with that.
You got another one?
Oh yeah, I got more. That was a good churchy
Okay,
one. So
okay,
now we're going to
okay.
go fun. Superpowers. Always got to do a superpower. Would you rather? Would you rather be able to have super speed like the Flash, or to be able to fly? This is a hard one because the Flash does a lot of crazy, awesome things, but flying, man. I've never really had dreams of flying. I've always had dreams of jumping and leaping really far distances, but never like
Oh.
Superman, zoom, flying.
I've had lots of flying. You take this one first.
Okay. So I'm going to take a page out of Joey's book and then ask a question. With the speed as the Flash, so the Flash does everything kind of fast.
Yeah,
So would
yeah.
that
He's in
be what
control of
entails?
it, though, right?
Right.
I
so
would,
Yeah.
I would say go ahead and because as you grow with it, that's how he learned all these other
Right.
things. Make
So-
Time travel.
So in theory, you could build a house. As long as you had the materials,
Ooh.
yeah.
you could build a house really fast.
Be an
One-
NFL superstar.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily be an NFL superstar. I would be like, hey, I can build you a house, and you pay me X amount of dollars, and I can have it done like that.
Sidebar. Does the Flash have super strength?
No, he has
No.
super like re-healing ability because his body's moving so
So-
quickly. He heals. A lot
Would that help you build a house? Because you can only lift so much.
Right. So I
Right?
mean,
But if you're moving
We're
at
getting a lot of
supersonic, if
comments.
you're moving at supersonic speed, things move.
You'd have to
They
be able
float.
to move things differently,
Right.
right? Yeah,
Well-
yeah.
well, like in the movies and stuff, he's moving so fast. If a bullet's going, he just redirects it.
Oh.
Or if there's something heavy happening, he just
and
kind
can
of
just-
changes it.
and he can run on water.
yeah,
'cause
yeah,
he's
yeah.
so fast.
You're,
So-
you're not limited by where
Yeah.
you can go.
Right. And then like the other thing is like, let me see what Antarctica looks like. You just run up there real quick. I mean, you're probably
Yeah.
gonna freeze at some point or slide on the ice. To
But
where
not
you
if you're
can't run
moving fast enough,
Mm.
right? We have a ton of comments. Let me review them.
My
real
mom
quick.
said she would love to fly. I know she's always dreamed about that. I think I was going to go with fly as well.
Chris, if it's money you were paid legally, it's not funneling. It's not laundering. Morgan says fly. Chris says super speed. Tabitha says super speed. Morgan said flying because she could go anywhere. Now here's the issue of flying. I'd want to pick flying. Problem is though, if you're that, but you don't have to go super high.
That's
but
true.
particulates in the air, which don't seem like a big deal.
Bugs
But
and
you can
stuff.
only go so. Like, have you ever been on a motorcycle? Like stuff hits you in the face, it hurts. It hurts a lot.
You wear
So
a
you'd
helmet.
have to wear a helmet
could-
and like
yeah, you
you'd
could
have
wear
to
a mask.
full Kevlar, and then you could go. But if you hit a bird or something,
I mean, there's nothing that says you can't.
The only
Yeah.
other problem with flying would be look at all the different things that is unidentified air. It gets shut down.
I don't think you
quickly.
pick up. They wouldn't pick you up on radar. They're
Well,
not that
how
good.
are we
right?
talking like Superman flying speed?
That's a
or
great
are we just
point.
talking about regular?
How
flying
fast
speed?
can I fly?
Regular, as fast as you can run.
Ooh,
So
wait.
we're talking about flying up to about.
But I guess it's your strength thing, just like with the Flash. Like as
Right.
you gain ability in that, you get better. And
So what's my
faster.
top? I need to know my top flying speed. Cap it wherever you want. I don't care. Just give me a cap. Like 30, 100. Because this changes.
I'll give you a $150.
Yeah,
$150.
Okay, then I want to fly.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Because they can still pick you up on radar. I feel like at going at $150.
Yeah.
yeah.
And a jet goes faster than $150.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a missile.
That's like
would-
helicopter.
I do love the Flash though.
Oh,
The Flash is pretty awesome,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I've always wanted to fly too.
It
Let's
would
jump
be
into
sick.
the next one so we
Well,
can
that
get
one was
through
fun.
through
That
some
one
more
was
segments.
Yes.
Would
Oh,
you
we're having a good
rather
time.
live life as a sloth or live life as a turtle? Turtles live a really long time. I don't know what the life expectancy of a sloth is.
Gotcha.
But turtles, I know, dude, they
Lot of
can
animal
live
questions tonight.
a super long time. I saw a guy swimming with sea turtles a little while back, and he was just like petting them on their back, but they were bigger than he was.
20 to 40 years.
Sloth lives 20 to 40.
Not long.
Well, let's not think about the longevity, I guess, because turtle just wins that. Hundreds of years old.
Right.
That's not why I'm choosing turtle.
Oh, you're choosing turtle?
Yeah, portable house.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
What about you,
Yeah.
Clay? What are you thinking on this?
Portable house.
I hate that I'm gonna have to say this, but I'm gonna have to agree with Joey.
Turtle on this one?
See, I'm winning them over.
Yeah.
I'm winning them over. It's the optimism thing.
It's causing
man.
a rash.
The Ted Lasso. I'm getting him.
Hey, Floyd. Good to see you, buddy.
Floyd's here.
Yep, Floyd's here.
Floyd.
But no, I think turtle would be the best option just
Yeah.
because, like, speed wise, I think a turtle is a little bit faster, but I think turtles are more productive than what a sloth would be.
Yeah.
Like Joey said, you can pack up, go anywhere.
Portable house.
You can go on water.
Well,
And if you want to not deal with your neighbor, in your shell.
my favorite
Boom.
sin is sloth. So to be a sloth in general, I'm just like, I'm going sloth.
I love the sentence. My favorite sin. That's a
Well,
great opener there.
And that way it's not a sin if you are a sloth, like literally by nature.
That's a solid point.
So
He
now I
just
can just be like,
he's about going into heaven. Like you've been sloth your whole life. He's like, yeah, but I am a sloth. So technicality, yeah.
loophole.
All right, let him in. Whatever.
Here's the last one. This is the manly one.
Oh, also Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's an off
yeah,
chance I could be trained by Splinter
You
to
could be the
become
ooze.
You could drink
Yeah.
some ooze and
Yes.
then, that's fair.
always
to
drinking,
defeat Shredder.
always drinking gross green
You
stuff.
don't see a super ninja sloth.
Just preach.
There could be one. There's like a.
I just don't know if there's a
Oh,
franchise for it.
Tabitha
We need to pitch
says Sloth swim fast. I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Still a turtle.
Well, just down though.
Well, I heard
Same.
Netflix takes about anything, so we could just pitch to them.
That's
He's
true.
right.
Here's my last one. Would you rather? This is for the men, but you ladies can answer as well. Would you rather be a cowboy or an astronaut?
Ladies can be both of those things.
Technically.
Okay. Go ahead.
What are the time eras?
Ooh.
That's a good call.
Because
Ooh.
when we were talking about this earlier, and you said what you said, I was like, well, if we're talking about the time eras,
That's
a
great.
good call,
Because
good
like
call.
I would not want to be a Russian cosmonaut in the 50s.
Yeah.
Right? But
Well, okay, let's go with cowboy in Wild Wild West times. Not Will Smith version, but just, the real
so
Wild
about
West.
18,
Back when it was a-
70s, 80s.
When it seems cool. As a kid, you think about that,
well, it wasn't that cool, by the way.
Well, you
but
think
it
it was.
seemed like
As a
it was
kid.
cool.
regulators.
If you like dying from
Astronaut?
diarrhea, then it was
Yeah.
cool.
The guys who faked the moon landing, astronaut.
So like
Oh.
60s, 70s
Yeah.
astronaut in the 1960s, 70s, or
A
1870s, 80s
There you
cowboy.
go. Yeah. Would you choose it? I'm going astronaut all day.
Oh, that's what. Tabitha, I was going to say the same thing. I have to pick cowboy
Space is
because
too scary.
space. It's not space is scary. I don't want the tight spaces.
Oh,
So I couldn't handle the trapped in a tube for 3 months.
yeah.
Like
Right.
if I could just be in space free,
Yeah.
I'd be cool with it.
The spaceship was scary.
Can you imagine being trapped in that tight space for 3 months, and then you get to walk out, and then when you walk out like that,
Right.
what's the? I can't remember the name of the fear, like
Of open spaces.
Yeah.
I've just saw this
I didn't know that was a fear.
What? No, it's so like you got your
'Cause that's awesome to
claustrophobia.
me.
claustrophobia, but then there's one like it's
yeah.
like
I
the
have
fear
it.
of like space.
So
or,
if
like,
you're swimming in the ocean and you like
Yeah.
look over and there's nothing there, but
Yeah.
it's like everything. So it could
Okay.
be anything.
I do get that.
It's agoraphobia.
agoraphobia.
The fear and avoiding of places or situations that might cause panic or the feelings of being trapped, helpless, or embarrassed. No, wait, that's not what it is.
Yeah, I was going to say agoraphobia.
Fear
is like,
of open spaces. That's what I typed in.
that's just
not
like a fear.
agoraphobia.
Yeah, that's a way different thing.
So kenophobes are afraid of empty rooms and
Zach-
empty stretches of landscape. So maybe that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Zach
But that's not the
Burns-
word I remember.
Zach Burns request being a space cowboy.
Why yippee yay yippee y yippee
That's a
yay.
lot of energy.
Somebody,
drink.
nobody gets that. Ah, that was an NSYNC song.
Well,
Yeah.
I was thinking of they call me a space cowboy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Tom Petty.
Yeah.
Call me a space cowboy.
Yeah.
We're just breaking hearts. That's all.
But yeah, cowboy. Even though I don't necessarily want to be a cowboy, I don't think I could be an astronaut.
Chris Jackson says, random fact, exploding planets do not make a sound in space.
I believe he's right. I don't think sound travels
That's
in
true.
space.
So if something blew up behind you,
You wouldn't
you wouldn't
know.
know it's coming.
Until
You would just turn around and be like, Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that happened.
Shrapnel.
I've heard that if sound did travel through space, that because of our closeness, our proximity to the sun, we would hear a jackhammer everywhere on the planet. The sound of like a jack, the same level, like decibels, all the time. Like that's how loud the sun is, but we don't hear it because sound doesn't travel through space.
Like white noise.
Don't know if that's true or not. But
Well, it's a theory.
I've heard it. Yeah.
I'd have to say, I don't know. I think cowboy would not necessarily be the safest option,
Well,
but just because I don't want to do the schoolwork that would require to be an astronaut.
Can I tweak
cowboy.
it?
Cowboys are cool, man.
They are.
Back to the Future.
Can I be a
3.
test pilot in the 50s and 60s instead of an astronaut?
Ooh,
Because then I'd want to be a test pilot.
sure, you can do that.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not going to hate on
The
your
only
ideas.
problem with the Cowboys, though, is unsafe. It's like, so during that time, your medical was
yeah.
non-existent. So you
Nothing.
get, well
Diarrhea.
Dysentery.
the Oregon Trail game
Dysentery.
on the
You
computer.
died.
You died of dysentery. I only made it to Pennsylvania.
I got cholera? Oh, no.
I don't even know what that is.
Somebody sneezes and you're like, oh, man, it's good knowing you.
I got cholera. I haven't been with
But-
anybody.
You fart in blood.
I spent more time on Red Dead 2 than No Man's Sky. So I mean, it's probably Cowboy.
Awesome.
I like Cowboy. It's two good options. So, you know.
That's a great. Would you? Was that your last one?
Yeah, that was my last one.
Those were solid. Those
Yeah,
were really
I
good.
like those.
Hey, I didn't kill your segment.
You didn't. I let you say
Yeah.
what you wanted to say.
That's right.
It was more of me
Say what you
allowing it
need
to go through.
say.
Ooh, what you say?
Oh, different. Yeah.
That you only meant well.
My turn.
I guess.
All right, I'll go quick. I swear. Wait.
Just got home from the office.
Godspeed, Zach.
Oh, sir, do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Yep. Sit down and listen up to what Joey's got to say. I really want to get into voice acting so much.
I feel like you have a potential.
Well, I
There's a
think
slight one.
if you guys, with just the intro you did, you guys said what, 5-10 minutes, what you spent on it?
Yeah.
I was like, man,
Yeah.
there's something
Potential.
out there for like short advertisements, or you just put a business out there saying, you want to start a podcast, you need an intro.
I
I'm your
love
man.
doing that
Yeah.
stuff too. It's fun.
We could do it. What's that meme that's going around? Man, I gotta make money out of this.
I have not
It's
seen
just
that.
too good. People make memes like crazy
Yeah.
about it. It's hilarious.
Have you seen that? I haven't seen that
Oh
one.
yeah.
Huh.
I'll bring it up to you.
Yeah. So this is less of a segment and more of a motivational time.
Oh,
Is that okay? Is that okay? I want to
Sure.
divert a little bit.
Okay.
I'm totally open for discussion, but I just want I'm gonna say something and then we can talk about it. Okay.
Okay.
If you're listening now or later or you're in the room, that's fine. I'm talking to myself here too. Talking to everybody. I was off for 3 weeks. I was praying a lot, working through scriptures, looking for the direction we're going and things like that. And we're hanging out in Exodus, which is a good time. Talks about Moses and God delivered the Hebrews and the Israelites. They delivered them from Egypt, which is great. All that cool stuff. Familiar story that people have heard before. And this week we're talking about right when God spoke to Moses to the burning bush, and how Moses makes these excuses of why he can't go do what God's called him to do. Right.
I'm not a good speaker.
Yeah,
I have a speech impediment.
Yeah,
blah,
all
blah,
this
blah.
stuff. What if they don't believe me? Well, I don't have any. Yeah. So he makes like 4 or 5 excuses, and finally by the end of it, God's like, "Okay, that's enough excuses. Just go do what I told you to do, and I'll send your brother with you to help you." But that's not what I'm here to talk about. That a little bit. That was all. But I'm here to encourage you that if you're sitting around and it's because you're afraid of clay. I'm not afraid of clay anymore.
My mom said that.
Anymore. I'm not. She's talking trash. That's amazing. Yeah, I love that.
Not to ruin your segment, but Karen's one of my biggest fans.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. Yeah, if you listening now, if you're going to listen another time, if you just happened upon this accidentally, you have no clue what this is. If you're making an excuse in life about not doing something, and obviously I see things through a spiritual lens because that's how I live my life, and and that's what I do professionally and outside of that too. But if you're on the fence about should you do the thing that you feel like you're called to do, go do it. And I know that sounds really simple,
It
and like
does.
I'm not trying to minimize the struggle of making a big life decision.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think a lot of times we cripple ourselves and we hold back because we're afraid of what could or could not happen.
Yeah.
And-
Especially the older you get too, you get
Oh,
so
yeah.
set in a certain way, and it's just like, well, why would I mess this up? I've already put 40
Ev-
years into this.
Every day you live, you have less time to start over, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And so people get, the older you get, the more content you get with just, oh, this is how life is. Or maybe God's called you to something, or maybe you feel like your life is meant for something and you're living less than that. I'm here to tell you, stop doing that.
Yeah.
And if you need to find people to talk to help you do that, there's people all around to do that. You're listening to one. I think you're looking at some other ones on the screen, but yeah, you probably have people in your family that are there to help you. But if you don't, I mean, Moses throws all the excuses out there, and God still sends him out because he was the man he chose, right? And I believe wholeheartedly that everybody has a purpose, and I believe that we should be pursuing that, and that you feel the most used and the most like a puzzle piece right where it should be when you're doing that. And so I just wanted to give a little motivational speech tonight instead of have a big discussion time.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to jump in on that, I would invite you to do that.
I agree.
Short and sweet. To the
Yes.
point. No, it's funny you say it. Like it is very funny and amazing and true that we do. The first thing we do is we come up with excuses. And like it wasn't this past time that I filled in for Brandon. It was one of the other times I filled in, and I was talking about faith. And I said, it's funny. We struggle with faith. Like, God, I'm not qualified for this. I'm not qualified.
Yeah.
Moses, Noah,
David.
David,
Pretty
Saul,
much anybody.
AKA
Paul.
Almost
yeah,
all of them.
Peter.
Well,
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, Jesus used somebody, a female even, to put a tent spike, spike through a guy's skull.
What?
So,
Yeah.
it's in 1st and 2nd Kings.
Oh no, that's just at the woman part.
No,
Sorry,
but
Mom.
it's funny just because like I go back to NYC this past year, and there was a speaker there, and he's named Chris, and he's like, I can't remember everything that was wrong with him. Brandon would be able to fill in better, but he's barely walking. Like I think something with like the insides were collapsing, so he's like barely walking around. He slurs, he can't speak straight, but when he got up there and he was walking, he started talking, you could hear a pen drop in the arena, and there's 10,000 of us, and you could just hear a pen drop. And the first thing he does, he goes up there and he spills his water all over the Bible and stuff, so he just picks it up and fixes it. But I think it was like his 8th grade year, he couldn't pick his head up. So in 8th grade, he was like with the fastest kid in school and stuff, and then
He just woke up and that
he
happened.
just woke up and
I've
all
heard
that
him
happened.
before.
And he didn't let that be an excuse. Like he can barely walk and everything else, but he's still up there preaching to like 10,000s and stuff like that. So it's just like, okay, like it spoke to me like, what's my excuse?
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, so I appreciate that. It's like, whatever your excuse, whatever is coming to your mind, that's like, God,
This is why I
This
can't.
is why I can't do it.
because
And
of
then
this.
God's like, I can move mountains, right?
Exactly.
You know, so it's,
Yep.
so.
Yeah. Morgan says she, second guesses herself, or, is nervous about just big life things there. And that's fine, by the way. Everybody gets nervous about that kind of stuff. But what's funny, excuse me, if you look
going
into
on,
the
Bob
text
Bray?
there. Oh, hey, Matt. If you look into the text, all of Moses' excuses were about himself. None of them were like God had just told him to go free a whole people group who were economically and politically important to the Egyptians. And he told him, go walk up to Pharaoh, who Egyptian pharaohs believed themselves to be
God-like.
like God,
Yeah.
like they were the intermediary between like the gods and the people. They were better than them, right? Better than the people. And God was telling him to go up to this Pharaoh and command that he let these people go, and he doesn't say that he's afraid that Pharaoh won't do it. He doesn't say that it's too big of a job. He just starts bringing up problems he has why he can't individually do it.
Right.
But he never questions like, well, that's not even possible. God, he wouldn't do that. That's not true. And like it's hilarious how just the bigness of the job wasn't what was getting him. It was him feeling too small.
Dude.
Yeah.
How many people out there are just living in that, right?
My 6-year-old, that's the thing that drives me the most crazy is that I'm like, hey, you guys need to clean this room up.
I
And
need to check my Facebook messages, I guess. I'm sorry, I don't. I'll check them right now.
from the comments.
Yeah.
But no, like every time I would go into the room, I'd be like, all right, we got to clean up this room. And like, it's an excuse for every single thing. I didn't do it. This wasn't me. I didn't-" you know, and I'm
Yep.
just like, I'm not asking for excuses. I'm wanting results. And as a parent, that's just frustrating to hear it constantly over and over.
Yes.
And so much like God, I can imagine.
are messages on a different app than just Facebook?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. What was that, Jenna? Thank you.
There's probably red dots showing how many you haven't looked at.
This is going to
I
be
think
bad.
I've sent quite
This
a
is
bit.
going to be bad.
So, it's funny that you were just giving that comparison there. This past Sunday when I was preaching, I was talking about when we go back to our 9 to 5, Monday to Friday jobs and stuff like that. We go back to, we constantly need patience and stuff because we're going to be dealing with those difficult people that just aren't listening, aren't understanding, aren't following directions when they should. Kind of like us with Jesus. And then it got silent, and I was like,
Yeah.
I figured that's what was going to happen when I said that.
Yeah, that's about right. That's
Hey.
about what I thought was happening.
Pin drop moment again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kids are the best at excuses. It is funny. I like to let the girls just run with it to see where they'll go.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, go ahead, spin the web. I want to
rabbit
hear. Like I
hole,
saw it all happen, but go ahead. I
Yeah.
want to see what you can come up with.
Yeah,
How
that's
creative are you?
That was one of the things that, as growing up as a teen and getting into youth ministry and stuff, I just got tired of things like that. It's like I just don't want excuses. Not to get mad, but just to say, you don't have to give me an excuse.
Right.
Like it's just okay. You don't have to come up with a reason that this thing happened. I get it.
I
Things
really
happen.
started to try to make like a pointed effort.
Yeah.
I'm stumbling over my words. To do that.
Yeah.
Like if you mess
yourself.
up, yeah, like
Yeah.
if you mess up, even if you have a reason, I tell people a lot of times reasons are different than excuses.
Yeah.
So like it's important to know the background and know what somebody, but just because you have a reason doesn't mean it has to be used as an excuse.
Yeah.
And like,
I
do you,
think
you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
think
they're
I
different.
frustrated more people by not giving them excuses. Like I would get people, I would do something wrong, and they'd be waiting on an excuse, and I'd be like, "I screwed up. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And they're just
Yeah.
like, "No, you're supposed to be like, my dog bit my toe, and then I had to put on a different pair of shoes." and-
But we should be fighting about this.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Oh.
better than when someone's looking for a fight and you
Yeah.
just won't give it to
Yeah.
them. I love that. Just
I'm
like,
the
oh,
worst.
okay, yeah.
I'm the worst for that.
To reply to who's that? Is that Morgan?
Yeah.
So that is a big scary step. But my advice for that is all you need is literally the faith of a mustard seed, and all the mountains that are going to pop up are going to move.
Yep.
Because I found out that more mountains keep popping up when I'm going the right direction, because that's the way I need to go, and more things just get in the way. So, like I said, just have the faith of the mustard seed and tell that flipping mountain to get out of your way
And they tend
in
to
the name of Jesus. Of course.
help
Amen.
mold you.
Yeah, they
And,
do.
Like you
They do.
learn something from it too, right? And I even things that feel like they're a step backward don't necessarily have to be if you approach them the right way. Right? So even if you fail at something, if you learn from that and move forward a better person, yes, you might have failed at your intended goal, but there's something that was succeeded at, and you can use that success as you move forward
Right.
as well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You got anything motivating for the people?
Oh, no, never.
So hey, stop saying you wish you were going to be a voice actor
Oh.
and do something about it.
Hey,
All right, because you have skill.
applied to real life situations.
There you go. You're
Right now.
welcome.
Get up and go right now.
All right,
Go.
bye, guys. See
leave,
ya.
leave. Clay, you got a segment?
Kinda.
I do.
All right. Story time with Clay.
Oh, you did that good. You did that good.
It's very good.
That's the greatest I've ever operated this board, I
Yeah.
think, in the history of this show.
He's not even
It's be-
drinking an energy
it's
drink. He's
because I'm
drinking water.
nervous.
No, I know.
Oh, nervous.
I had to execute, or he was going to get up out of that chair and put me down.
You had time.
What you got?
All right. So I had a couple ideas to do for this evening. But I think a few that I like to do would be we go around, we try to say either our favorite or crazy youth story as a teen and also as an adult.
Mm,
So
Okay.
yeah, that's rough. I think
Rough.
could be. He's looking up Creed
I'm sorry.
songs.
You weren't supposed to tell them that.
Sorry, my bad. He's
Come
not
on, man.
doing
Nobody
that.
knew
that's
that.
the second part. Right?
That was behind the scenes, man.
I think when I went to camp as a teen, I didn't change my clothes the entire week I was at camp.
You were that kid?
Oh man.
Well, it was just the first time I'd ever gone there because they had the group showers, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
So day about 2.5 is when you got to be like, guys, remember, You have to shower.
Well, like it was my youngest teen year too. It wasn't like I was 16 doing that. It was like my youngest first time at camp, and yeah, that was probably my most embarrassing looking back on.
I only went to one camp as a teen. It was not the greatest experience.
He met a smelly kid and was like, "I'm never coming back."
Yeah.
It was me.
I've definitely got marginalized.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't any of leaders from my group's fault. It was just camp is a big deal.
Yeah.
And it happened.
It's a rat race, man.
So I didn't go back after that. I did have my first genuine encounter with Christ while I was at that camp, though. Mountains
good.
and molding you and all that good stuff. So, oh man, I hope not. Speedo, Josh, were you? You're not a Speedo guy, are you?
That wasn't a teen. I guess.
Well, let's move on.
There's a flip-flop brand that's Speedos.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's my favorite memory from camp growing up was probably when, when I got saved.
Oh.
So like that. Don't mean to
Wow.
Jesus juke you
Man,
guys on that
That's like
one.
twice now.
But that was a really great camp. Wait, did you tell your best as an adult yet, or are we doing as a
I've not
camper
got there
first?
yet.
Okay, go ahead.
He's not shared his teen
Okay.
moment.
So teen moment, I would probably have to say, it was probably two. One was the one that was my favorite, and it was like I was telling my wife, it's like I don't think we can get away with doing stuff like that today. But back in 2009, was it? So Brian Daniels just came to
Wild West.
Coshocton. Yeah, Brian Daniels.
Brian Daniels.
Oh yeah,
He survived a bear attack.
he did. He did.
With his bare hands.
He just came to Coshocton as youth pastor that summer. So we're talking that fall. I think I was mowing the yards and stuff around the church properties at that time. And I was just mowing. He was like, "Hey, man." Well, I guess it was more like, "Hey, man, you want to go to Kentucky with me this weekend?" I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm going to go speak down at the fall retreat." I was like, I don't know. I'd have to ask my mom. But so like I was homeschooled during high school. So it was just like Brian figured this out and he used and abused that. So at the drop of a hat.
Oh, you don't have to be at school? No
Yeah, no,
absences?
just come with me.
He would literally pull up in the church van and he'd be sitting outside my house. I wouldn't know. He'd be like, he'd text me. He's like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" I was like, I don't know. Just watching TV or something. And he's like, "Well, get dressed and come outside. We're going to go do some stuff."
I love that guy.
And I mean, we're talking yard sales, just about anything. Like all those experiences were awesome, and I'll cherish every one of them. But it was just funny because there's no way you could get away with any of that.
Right.
But
It would be more difficult. Yeah, you.
so I asked my mom, I was like, "Hey, so Brian's gonna go to Kentucky for the weekend for the camping or to speak at fall retreat,
Yeah.
and he wants to know if I can go." And she's like, "I don't care, that's fine."
Yeah.
That was her answer for a lot of stuff. That as long as Brian's name was in there,
Yeah, go. You're fine.
yeah, you go fine.
Yeah.
And so me and two other teens went with him, and I mean that's where I got to meet like.
Have I met you there?
Were you there for
Dude.
What year
I've
was that?
Yeah, what year?
2009.
2009?
No, I wasn't. I definitely wasn't.
No.
I was there. If you weren't there, I was totally there.
I wasn't. Yeah, we barely
man.
overlapped.
So we
you
have-
guys were at the
we
same.
have met in person.
You were a teenager.
You would have
yeah.
been too
and I
young,
was a
right?
youth worker.
Do you remember the guy that wore the button-up shirt, but it was just the top button down?
I don't remember any kids. No. But no, I remember going to the camps when he did the fall retreats. and
Okay,
stuff like
so
that.
yeah,
This is crazy.
So
We
there's
probably
a possibility. Yeah, there's a possibility.
we thought we met today. No.
No.
No, since I.
But it was just amazing because it was just like we got to go there. I mean, we drove.
Yeah.
I don't know why it took us 6 or 7 hours to get to Kentucky.
He was probably stopping at different.
Well, we stopped at
Restaurants.
Hillbilly Hot Dog. We
It
did
should
stop.
not have taken you-
West Virginia's greatest attraction. We stopped at Hillbilly Hot
Wait,
Dog.
wait. Where did you leave from?
Coshocton.
It was Coshocton. So
Why
they-
did you get to West Virginia?
Well,
Fall retreat was in
you
Ashland.
go through Portsmouth? When you're in Ohio, sometimes it's quicker to go down to Portsmouth area and go through.
And
Brad said Josh was there. I was
Yeah.
not. Brad also
Yeah.
was.
Hillbilly Hot Dog was in West Virginia. That's why we stopped
yeah,
there.
it is. Yeah.
Little
'Cause he
detour.
was
That's
just
why
like,
it took
dude,
so long.
he was like, "I got a goal for you. You're taking on the home wrecker." I was like,
I've heard of this.
"Oh man."
Yeah. It's
So,
crazy.
Yeah, the nickname I had was Iron Gut because I could just eat anything and not throw up. And I didn't throw up, but I didn't finish it either.
Oh, you got beat.
I just literally a handful of slaw was left, but
You gotta-
I couldn't get any
You
more.
got to
It
just
was
force
about
that down, man.
Yeah, it was
gigantic,
about to
man.
pop.
It was
Oh.
gigantic.
But that was probably one of my favorite moments was being able to do that, and then that was just like the start of just the experiences I got to have.
Yeah.
One of the craziest as a teen was the game where you would do the slug bug game.
Oh yeah.
So there's not a whole lot of bugs in Coshocton, but there's Jeeps galore.
Jeep beat.
So we would just say the color of the Jeep and punch the guy in the arm. Well, we were walking into Subway, and Paul, who's another youth leader, I was just like, hey, man, there's 2 Jeeps out of here. I get the one side, you get the other side, and we get the colors on Brian. He's like, okay. We go in there, and he didn't do it, so I was the only one.
He left you hanging?
Yeah, I gave it all right into his arm. I was
Oh,
like,
no.
black one, and then I put him in the arm. He just turned. Punched me in the mouth. I'm still a teen.
Yeah.
But as soon as he did it, the fear in his eyes, like, I just lost my job.
I just punched that kid in the mouth.
But I started laughing, and then my mom came in, and he was just like, I'm so sorry. She's just like, well, he probably deserved it. So
How many times has Brian got away with that because a parent was like, I get it.
I miss that guy.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. You got
That's
one
funny.
from as an adult?
Oh, man. There's so many. You have one offhand?
I
'Cause
have too many.
Yeah, I know.
But I can
Is
I have
it
one from out of this state
good
and one
moments?
from in this state.
good moments or
Both
embarrassing?
magical moments. I've told this
Good,
story.
crazy, it doesn't matter.
I told this story early on in the podcast time. But do you remember the Camp Rabbit story?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was insane.
Have you heard that one?
I would have. I've listened to all of them. But
The youth group in Maine, and I was the first youth event I ever went to, and we took 12 boys, and I was the only leader in that cabin at the time there because the other guy was out doing. He was like helping run the camp. Yeah.
Now I remember.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Throwing a dead rabbit in.
I calmed them down. Girls prank. One of the kids has a rabbit, wants to fight with the rabbit, does so. Rabbit grenade blows up in the girls' dorm. Rabbit everywhere.
That is true,
Amazing
Chris.
memory.
I have a good one that technically was past me working in the youth kind of in a sense. I was thinking about this just on Sunday or the other day. How I always wanted to make a difference in the youth life. Right, I didn't do a good job all the time.
Good
but
or bad, just wanted to make a difference.
Well, no, I
I'm
wanted
kidding.
I wanted to show the love of Jesus and stuff, and so many of the kids just like
You
wanted
juked
to. They wanted to just huddle up together and not like get to know each other at camps, and that was my big goal, was to show them, don't hang out with each other, hang out
Yeah.
with new people, meet new people, and so I just kept on. And Brett talks about the first time he ever met me. He said I like body slammed some kid and laughed about it and ran off, and the kid was like, "Ah."
That's probably true.
I
That
don't
was when
know.
you could get away
It's
with
about
that.
accurate.
Right. But there was one guy that actually went to Bible college afterwards, and he messaged me when he was in college after knowing me for all of his youth life, and he was like, "Can I use you in a sermon?" And I was like, out of nowhere, kind of like,
Sure.
I mean, yeah, I'd be honored, I guess. And then like people were sending me messages like, "Look, you're on the jumbotron at the Mount Vernon Nazarene University." I was like, "Oh wow, look at that!" And it was a big goofy picture of me or whatever. And then they told me that, he was talking about how, being goofy and all this different stuff, but that I showed him the love of Jesus.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, it wasn't online live. That was before all that stuff. And like, I cherish that moment.
Yeah,
I really
man.
do.
Yeah.
Thinking back on it, even just this past week, and just being like, I made a difference in somebody's life.
Mhm.
It might not be the life-changing difference they needed, but at the same time, I popped up in their brain, and they were like, "Oh, he made a difference in my life." And so, yeah, that's my happy moment.
The last morning of camp, besides this last one, I think I directed or helped direct like the last 6 or so of them.
Yeah,
And it's just awesome to hear kids. They don't have to be talking about you. It's just awesome to hear them talk about how impactful the week was and like
Yeah.
what it meant to them. And you're like, that's why
yeah,
we
Yeah.
put all this work. That's why my body hurts the way it does. And like that, it was worth it.
right.
Yeah.
That's why he's got a loose tooth still,
Mm-hmm.
because Brian punched him in the mouth.
I just punched that kid in the mouth.
We're getting close to it. Do you want to jump into our Podbless segment?
Yeah, we can skip this.
Oh, are you gonna? Oh, you can go into
Any
it.
chance I get to play
Oh, yeah.
Creed, I like to play 'em. I think we're going to do like 5 seconds.
Is it a comeback
And
tour
that's all
they're
we get.
doing?
So, to share it a little bit.
Man, 90s fashion
Yeah.
is terrible. 2000s,
Little
early
leather-
2000s.
Oh man,
that is
yeah,
bad.
you just got to wear those leather pants and then
Goodness.
Everybody had
button-up
pleather.
shirt to about right here. And then
Yeah.
you're good. Or like he's doing the wife beater thing.
Yeah.
Everybody want to do their best Creed real quick?
Yeah.
Their
All right,
best
I
Scott
just
stat? Oh, okay. Sorry, go ahead. So Creed what?
Oh yeah, so we're getting together. We're gonna reunite now. No, so Brandon was like, dude, did you see their post? And I was like, what'd they post? He's like, nothing, man. They just changed their profile picture. And I was like, okay.
He's that guy.
I was like, dude, bands and artists do that all the time because everybody will comment and they'll get like 60,000 comments like that because they're like,
Yeah.
oh, they're getting back together. And
Makes them relevant again.
yeah, and then I think like 2 weeks after that, they posted dates for reunion tour.
Ooh.
They're calling it the summer of '99, and
Yes.
they're kicking it off with a cruise in 2024. That's gonna that's
don't do cruises.
that's their first shows in 12 years.
Wow.
I'm in. Besides the
12 years.
cruise, I hope they go somewhere on land. I
Well,
get seasick.
they might, but I know their first performances. It's their first performances in nearly over a decade. But yeah, it's the first ones are on a cruise.
Yes.
But yeah, they're calling it the summer. It's the summer of '99 cruise. But
That's
I think
awesome.
they're gonna do some more.
Oh, just in the recent comments, Noah, this
Yes.
is Clay.
Oh yeah. He said, "That's not Brett."
Noah, he's the one that's usually on here too.
Oh yeah,
sometimes.
he's the conspiracy theory.
yeah,
guy.
yep, yep.
Yes.
Yeah, so Creed's coming back.
I'm in.
I'm down for it. As long as we come to Riverbend.
Right. You want to bless somebody?
Yeah, let's bless somebody.
Pod bless your heart.
Clay's first blessing.
This
Aw.
is one of the best stories we've ever had on this, and we've had some humdingers.
Mm.
Dinger of hums.
Yes, I'm just gonna,
Just
as we
jump.
do, I'm gonna read the intro, the heading here. Mother arrested for allegedly, that's important here, using stun gun to wake son up for Easter church service. Now I know that Easter wasn't recent, but we found a story.
She
from
was
a-
on crack.
Yes, no. Here we go.
Oh, she was definitely on the spirit.
Right? Yeah, yeah. A mother in Arizona is in trouble in trouble. That's how they say it. Like you're going to be in trouble after allegedly getting too overzealous in waking her son for Easter church service. Now, who of us has not either been the child or the parent trying to wake a kid up or being woken up? And as a kid, I remember just not wanting to get up for anything. And as a parent, my middle daughter, Violet, she doesn't mind getting up. She'll get up early. Lily, my oldest, she got the sleep genes for me. She does not want to wake up. I gotta fight her to get up all the time. So, but I've never thought about doing this. According to Phoenix ABC affiliate KNXV, which is hard to say, the mother was arrested after she used a stun gun to wake her son for Sunday service. Stun gun, a taser.
Yeah.
If you will.
Probably not with the barb shooting
No.
out, just the actual
The one that
prongs.
you hold
Yeah.
and it's like, da, 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 da,
Yeah.
when it, they crack.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Phoenix police say 40-year-old Sharon Dobbins tased, that's what they call it when you touch somebody.
Yeah.
Contact tased her teenage son on the leg in order to wake him up. This is her directly quoting herself.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yep.
I said, quote, "Get up, it's Jesus's day." She admitted she was holding a taser, but says she only flashed its lights and made it spark in order to warn her son. So she did the old waved it in the air.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, if you pop it out in the air, that makes the noise that you're
Yeah.
just like, ah.
Agreed with Brad there on that one.
Oh,
When
yeah.
Brad, who among us hasn't tased their kids? Am I right? That's not how you spell tased, I don't think.
He's talking about something different.
It's okay.
Yeah,
he's
there's
from
one less
Kentucky.
Z. I'm
Or no,
pretty sure.
he's from West Virginia, isn't he?
Technically, I guess. He's right on the border.
Or yeah.
Ashland.
No. No, Brad's from Ashland, right?
Yeah, well, it's right on the border.
That's not, yeah.
It's across the river.
Yeah, no.
You know, cousins and cousins. And,
Yeah.
My parents are
Kissing
step
and
siblings, whatever.
Yeah.
That's real. She said, "I made the noise with the taser, but I did not tase my son." That's what you would say, by the way, if you got arrested for tasing your kid. You have to be like, "I didn't tase him."
Yeah.
Here's the problem, though. Phoenix police say they found 2 marks on the teen's leg, and so they took Dobbins into custody.
I did not grind my boots into his couch, but I did grind my boots.
I did grab my boots. She spent 12 hours in jail on Easter Sunday.
Wow.
that's it.
This is her. No, it gets better. This is her quotes continued. She said, he was like, "Mom, I'm calling the police." I'm direct quoting.
Yeah.
He was like, "Mom, I'm calling the police." And I said, "You can call the police, UPS, DPS, whoever you want to call." And then the police were on the phone, and I told the dispatcher, I told her, "You need to be with Jesus right now." So she was mad at the dispatcher for not being at church too.
Yeah.
Because how could you not get the day off?
You
on
know?
Easter Sunday.
That's true.
And she
What kind
said,
of world we live in?
this is the last bit. You ready? This is quote. I don't think I did anything wrong because you're supposed to put God first. And that's all I was trying to do is to tell my kids to put God first.
There you go. Shockingly. That's sorry.
I wanted to say shockingly, but then that doesn't work.
No.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Shocking.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. What just happened?
Whoa.
It's just redoing it.
Oh, okay,
That's
just
all.
redoing. We're good. We're
Tabitha
good.
posted at the end there.
That happens sometimes. Wait, no one's down
She was
there.
asking if the kid called the cops.
Yeah.
Like,
I
how
don't
do
see
the
it.
cops know? Oh, she might have deleted it. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, the kid must have
Yeah.
called the cops.
Right?
He
Would have had to have been.
He
Well,
had
yeah,
to have
he said
called
he
the
was going
cops.
to call the cops, and then
I
that's
just
when
love
she
that
made
she
the
said-
comment, you can call the cops, UPS.
UPS?
Did she have a bigger mullet than her son? That's what the question was.
I'm not going to comment
Nope.
No.
on that. But
Yeah.
So she only spent 12 hours in jail for this?
that's the thing. It's like, where do you, what,
I
like,
mean,
what is that? What happened?
12
You
so-
know?
Well,
You
I don't-
get a free meal in that 12 hours.
No, if you commit a crime on Easter, then you only have to do 12 hours in prison no matter what it is, right?
oh, is that a rule?
Isn't that the rule?
Is that a crazy law?
It's like, grace and forgiveness day.
So, rob a bank on an Easter Sunday.
Just saying, make sure you get
Right.
caught on Sunday. Though.
Right.
If
But-
you get caught on Monday, you're in trouble.
I mean,
Are you about to side with her? Is that what's happening? Are you boiling up a defense?
There's sometimes I would.
no. Well, I mean, yeah. Sometimes you got to get. I wouldn't use a taser. I would flip the mattress over.
Yeah, or dump water.
Yeah.
It's very similar to. It's a less lethal way to wake somebody up.
It wasn't so much.
Unless there are pillows over their head, and then you'd be waterboarded.
Oh,
so
that's
then it
true, yeah.
might not be less.
You can't
lethal.
die from that though, right? Pretty sure you can't.
You
How
can
big's
choke.
the pitcher?
I
About 6'8".
It wasn't about me waking up. I used to just have like ADHD for TV.
Mm.
Like my mom would be like, "Get your shoes on, Josh." I remember this vividly. "Get your shoes on, Josh." Like 15 times. "Get your shoes on, Josh." And I was watching the TV. She turned off the TV, and I still would watch it, waiting for it to come back on.
It'll come back.
Then
Just
she
wait
would
for it.
stand
It'll come
between the TV and me and look at me, say, "Get your shoes on." And I would just go,
Oh, man.
"She's gonna move. She's gonna move."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on video.
That might
Like,
be the thing I tell my kids to do the most in my life.
Get your shoes on.
Put your shoes on. We're leaving. Put your
Yeah.
shoes back on. Why are your shoes off? We're
Yeah.
leaving. Why are your shoes off? We're in the car going somewhere. Not put them back on.
CC's the bad one for that. The middle one, she's constantly the 5-year-old. She's just like,
Oh.
"Oh yeah, I'll do it in just a second," and she just walks off. I'm
That's-
like,
The little guy, we'll get him in the car seat, and between the time we drive to one place to the other, his
I
shoes
gotcha.
are off. One's here, one's all the way over there.
my
You don't
2-year-old.
hear him do it.
My 2-year-old same way. Every
Never
time.
leaves them together.
Yeah.
You did that, yeah.
Oh yeah, they just stopped putting shoes on me because as soon as I
Oh.
get in the
It is
seat,
Kentucky,
I
right?
Brad said his son Hayden had him tase him on the leg. I said gladly.
I mean, if they ask, it's not abuse, right?
Well, I
Right.
mean, it's kind of like you're allowed to have an alcoholic beverage if your parent gives it to you.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Really?
Never
As
heard that
long
one.
as your
I've
legal
never heard that.
guardian gives it to you.
Huh?
That sounds like an Ohio thing. I don't know.
They
That
probably,
does sound
they,
like
they
an
open
Ohio
carry up
thing.
there, so who knows?
It's open carry in a lot of places.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
But,
We're in Kentucky. But they
Yeah, that's true.
what was it? When she told the dispatcher, you need to be with
Yeah.
Jesus. Could that be taken as a potential threat?
oh,
Because how many times do you see in movies to say you're going to go meet your maker,
Yes.
pal, or something?
If you
along
come to
them
my
lines?
house, you're going to be with Jesus
yeah.
too.
So could you
Well-
twist that the wrong way and say,
Ooh.
I felt threatened?
Well, Jesus wasn't technically the maker. I know there's the Trinity thing, but he was the Savior. So you
We're
know,
gonna-
it's,
But you need to go. You need to go be with Jesus.
yeah,
Bless you.
sleep
Where
with the
he-
fishes.
Yeah, sleep with the fishes. Yeah.
So who are we going to bless? You want to bless the mom for having to
man,
spend 12 hours in
There
prison?
are so many angles for this. So
Or
the,
the
kid,
kid.
Wait, no, because we've been doing this wrong and we're trying to fix this.
Yeah.
You don't bless the person that really needs blessing.
You bless the
saying,
person that was the goofy.
bless the
God,
moron.
yeah, the God bless, or bless their heart.
Oh, bless her heart.
That means that person is not that smart, or that they have to do something that people don't want to do. Smart was the wrong word. That means somebody did something that was not a great thing to do, probably.
that was stupid. Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
that they're not. Maybe they aren't stupid, but they did something that exhibits the
Right.
behavior of someone who may be.
I agree with her, but I think we should bless her because she had to spend 12 hours. Like her
Yeah.
kid called the cops on her, probably.
Oh no, he did.
Oh,
He definitely did.
So I would bless her because she had to go to jail.
So,
Yeah,
lady,
I would say pod bless that mom because she's gonna have to do it again next Easter.
and so like, do you go to church the next week? And everybody's like, "Oh, I heard you get like most dedicated parent award." or something?
did.
I tell you,
did it.
she gets up and testifies. Like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
I think that. Yeah, I think we should bless her.
Okay, concerned mother.
God bless your heart, sweetie.
Disclaimer: please don't tase your children.
Yeah.
She'll be in the church the next several weeks, being like, "Well, look, I prayed, and by God, my son is here." Amen.
I didn't even have to tase him this morning.
I didn't
I
even
did
have to
pepper
tase him.
spray him, but he is here.
You know, there may or may not have been a little bit of pepper spray out the window. But
She's got a beanbag shotgun.
I might have brandished a weapon,
Yeah.
but
But
he's
in
here.
the state of Georgia, switches are not considered weapons.
there may be a spud gun in the car. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
We should make like spud gun pistols. We always made the giant potato guns.
Mhm.
What if we made like little tiny potato guns?
So they have those.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, I've definitely
you find
shot
them
one.
usually at like a dollar store
Yeah.
or something.
Nice.
And
They're
there's
not
little,
that good.
and they make
Oh.
a sound quite like that.
I'm saying like put some butane in it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They
Then
do
that
that.
would be good.
Oh.
But they're so little they can only
Everybody's-
create so much.
Everybody steals my good ideas. Clay, thanks for driving all the way down to be with us, man.
Oh, yeah.
That
I
is
would
awesome.
say any time, but that's not true.
Eh. You know, if Brandon leaves that church and comes down here to grab a church, just follow him on down this way.
Is that happening?
No,
I miss
it
Brandon.
is not
It's
happening.
Although I will say,
I miss him.
every time I've been down to Kentucky, I do enjoy this place. So
Okay.
this
Yeah,
would
it's a really
be
good time.
like a potential home.
Right?
Although my wife would choose somewhere like warm.
But it's warm in the
Have
summertime.
you,
Yeah.
It's warm here.
Yeah, right now.
I'm
it is.
sweating right now.
Yeah, I'm sweaty. It's warm in this room. Okay,
I'm wearing jeans.
it's a good place. I just miss Brandon. I don't
Yeah.
speak anything on it. Yeah, I'm sure he's loving his
Vacation.
ministry
Oh yeah.
and all that stuff. I don't want to
Yeah.
put that in the air. You gotta
Hey,
be.
you know, sometimes you got to speak truths.
But if he was gonna go somewhere else,
Yeah.
I would love to have him back
Oh, yeah.
around.
Oh, yeah.
I miss that guy so much.
Uh,
And Brian Daniels too. We'll take
yeah.
him as well. That would be
well,
just so eventful.
Picture this: the district we're on, which is the East Ohio district, it's treated like what I've heard as the redheaded stepchild district.
I loved it when I was up. I
Right.
spoke at camp 2 years ago there.
Mhm.
3 years, maybe I don't know. Whatever. 2 years ago, I think it was. I love it.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was like I felt like I was home.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Yeah. And what's funny is on that district you have Brandon, myself, Brian, a guy who he's not on here, but his name is Jan, but we call him Jan the Man.
Yeah, I
He
met.
is- oh, you've
I met
Jan?
him. Yeah,
Okay,
he was awesome.
Yeah. Like, so he was
He-
the guy I had to room with during NYC.
If
and
I
was
remember
like,
right,
oh my goodness.
He would sit next to me right before I'd go up to speak and like pray for me individually and like hype me up before I went up there.
Clay Parks.
It's Brian Daniels. He survived a bear attack.
Yeah.
That was Jan, right? Does that
Jan-
sound like something he would do?
It probably was.
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure that
Yeah.
was him because
Yeah.
he was the dude. He was awesome.
So there is a story though. Like, so while we were at NYC, I was in the shower. Now it was just us in the room.
Brag.
No,
Gotta take a
I
shower
was
with
the only
indoor
one. No, I
plumbing.
was the only one in the shower.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 in the morning, and I heard a knock on the bathroom door. Well, I've been around long enough. I was like, you got to go. Just go.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah. And he knocked again. I was like, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
He never came in to go use the restroom. I go back. When I'm done, I dry off. I get dressed and go out there. He's like, hey, don't go near that red trash can over there. And I'm like,
No.
I was like, dude, the door was unlocked. You just go. So
That's funny.
it's been a fun running joke, and yeah, he's just like, hey, I wonder if there's a trash
A
can
trash
around here.
can. Oh man, it's been a while since I've had to use a trash can.
Oh, yeah.
That's my
fun.
goodness.
But-
Well,
Oh,
but yeah, thanks for coming down and being a part, man.
Oh, yeah.
It was great having you on the show.
East Ohio built different.
I love these. Dude, it was a
There's your
awesome
plug,
time up
Brandon.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian says I was right. He was the camp pastor there. Yeah. That dude can pray. He'll hype you up. If he can't hype you up to go speak, and then
Yeah.
you're dead inside.
Just that week, like it'd be late at night, and then he'd start talking. He's like, "Hey, man, you want to go to Hat Tricks, which was like this sports bar and grill, like right beside the hotel?" And I was like, "It's 1:30 in the morning."
He's like, yeah, I
He's
know.
just like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
they're
man,
open."
let's go." And I was just like, "No, I think I'm good." And then he's sending me messages of pictures. He's like, "Dude, the food's great," and I'm like, "It's 1:30 in the morning."
You should have gone.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
That
You
was probably
regretted
one
it.
of my biggest regrets not going with him.
Yeah, you should have done it.
Just the wisdom that would have been shared over chicken tenders.
That's
and
what. Yeah,
a cold one.
The food would have been the least cool thing about it. Thanks for coming down, man. This was
Yeah,
good. I haven't been assaulted yet, so
It's going to be hard to top the next 2 weeks without Brett and having somebody to.
are you
replace
available?
Yeah, you want to drive back down next
I
week?
won't be able to drive back down, but
We could always Zoom. Zoom is difficult sometimes.
Yeah, zoom.
But-
if we can get it to work properly, that's a possibility.
Or if we could invent teleportation by then,
Right. We'll try.
which is my chosen super. If I can only have one superpower, that's the one.
Teleportation.
Change your whole life. You could live anywhere.
Nightcrawler. You could have
yes.
blue skin.
No, I don't want to have to be able to see where I'm going.
Yeah, because I was just say that one comes with
Yeah.
tricks. Like you got to be able to see.
No.
Yeah.
I want to be like dinner in Paris tonight, and then I want to be able to take anybody with me that I'm touching.
Poof.
So like, hey, wife, you want to go to Paris tonight for dinner? And like, boom, you're there, and
Or
you come
you
right
can
back.
like you can transport a group. Like
Yeah, if you're all holding hands.
Let's go do a mission trip in Africa.
Yes.
All right, everybody gather up. No,
Yep, everybody
no
hold
ticket fare.
hands.
That
and
would make
bing.
that would make mission trips worth doing if you didn't have to spend all that money on travel.
And you could sleep at home.
That's true.
You could just
drop back.
you
Yes.
could go sleep
Like
at home every
like
night.
you don't have to go get you can just go home. At
Yeah,
night.
you could just
wouldn't
rob
pack bags
banks
or nothing.
and send them money.
No, you never have to buy a
So
car or gasoline again.
No,
Just
but
steal-
you could appear in the bank vault like he was
Yeah,
just
just
saying.
steal everything.
I mean, I'm
I would be evil.
Yeah.
I think I would switch sides and be evil.
Yeah. Oh, all right. We should probably log off
Yeah,
here. It's
yeah,
been
we've
an
been
hour
on
and
for a
15.
minute.
But yeah, thanks for watching tonight. We'll be back next week. I think fall's coming up, so we should be
Hey, Dave Sweeney.
nice. He made it in.
Yeah.
We should be getting more regular with
Yeah.
this. We should be back into the
July's
groove of things.
July's our hardest month. We should just start planning ahead and like taking July
we
off
just
all the time.
bank one like once a month.
We'll just say we're taking a month off.
You're right.
We'll be back.
There you go.
Yeah, but
There you go.
Same
that's all I got.
cartoon time. Yeah, that's
Okay.
all I got.
We'll
Okay.
get fill-ins for July
That's true.
from
I don't know
Cambridge.
I only know like one Phil, so
I know two
It's Philip.
from Cambridge.
yeah. Oh, some people call him Lip.
Really? I
That's a
like
neat-
that.
That's a neat nickname for Philip. Anyway,
Yeah.
thanks for tuning in, everybody. Make sure to share, like, subscribe. Go out and rate and review. If you're listening on the audio on Apple Music or Apple Podcast, go out there and leave a rate and review.
Do
So
it.
more people get blessed out there.
Oh yeah, Jenna's off mic, Brian. That's you might have heard
Oh.
off mic, Jenna. Yeah, but nice belt. I love it. I'm Joey,
I'm Josh.
And I'm Clay.
and this is Podbless.
We didn't even tell you, and you got that.
He's a pro, man.
That's true.
He's
I
got
mean,
this.
it's been 130 episodes of watching, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's-
Were you there from episode uno?
Well, he went back
My
and
man.
rewatched even.
oh yeah.
Re-listened.
All right.
Hey, Phil, what's up?
Chris Jackson, you got some catch up to do.
Mm.